Hey guys, Lisa Salvatore here, recording this video to talk about the full moon in Virgo, which takes place on Monday, March 9th, 1:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry about all of the noise. I'm actually not in my normal environment while I'm recording this. I'm out of town, so I wanted to just hop on here and do a super quick video about the energy right now. We have this full moon. It's at 19 degrees in the earthy sign of Virgo. We have the sun, which is in Pisces right now, in sensitive, emotional, and dreamy Pisces. Whenever we have a full moon, the sun and moon are in opposition to each other. And what that literally means is that energetically there's a highlighting of the opposing forces at work in our lives. When that's work versus home, the soul versus the ego, everything that's opposite of each other. And Pisces and Virgo are the opposite signs of each other on the zodiac wheel. So the sun right now is in Pisces and the moon is in Virgo for this full moon. And that is why it's a full moon in Virgo. Now, the thing is, both Pisces and Virgo are mutable signs. And so what that means is that they are, by nature, adaptable and flexible and pretty much able to go with the flow, but in completely different ways. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is all about the underbelly, the intuition, under the surface, what we don't always necessarily see, but we feel on an extremely deep level. Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo is mutable as well, but Virgo is more about what you can see, what you can touch, what you can taste, what you can feel. It's earth, so it's what's about what's tangible, practical. Virgo is also a very detail-orientated sign. It's all about getting results and work, and there's a little bit of compulsion with that sign, obsession and compulsion about getting things done the right way and not stopping until you have that answer that you need to move you forward. Now, Mercury, which happens to be Virgo's ruling planet, is also just about to station direct on the 10th, the day after, right following this full moon. So it's on the heels of this full moon, which, even though on some level this is a positive aspect right now, it can also be confusing because Mercury is a messenger. It's all about giving us what we need to move us forward. And because it's about to station direct, so it's still kind of funky with this full moon. It's still backwards a little bit. So you could definitely be receiving messages to help you. But because we've got the Pisces sun right now, and the sun is also, by the way, conjuncting Neptune in Pisces and opposing the full moon. So Neptune is very present here as well, which is like an extra dose of Piscean water, spiritual, psychic energy. So the messages that you could be receiving from Mercury, from Virgo, could also be very nebulous and confusing because of the Pisces element. But either way, you'll be getting some kind of an answer that you might be seeking. So the theme of this full moon is, how I want to say it is, be still. I wrote it down. Be still, be chill, and allow. Allow yourself to kind of just float and flow into the energy right now. There's a lot going on collectively. I don't need to even go into that with the coronavirus and all other things. I'm not saying my stance on any of that. I'm just simply saying that it is what it is, and all we can really trust right now is our inner world. And that's what Pisces rules over. It's the inner world. Virgo rules the body. Virgo rules the outer world. So what you want to pay attention to is you do want to definitely take care of the body. You have to. Virgo rules over the digestive system. We have a full moon. Full moons tend to ramp everything up. So if you have any kind of stomach trouble, parasites, things like that, you might be feeling that more under this energy, especially if you're heavily influenced by Virgo in your own personal chart, okay? You could be, I should say, feeling digestive disturbances. Even if you're not necessarily a Virgo or have a lot of Virgo in your chart, you may still feel that at this time. So it's important to take care of that. Pay close attention to what you're putting into your body, okay? Very important right now, especially because we have things that are diseases that are running rampant at the moment, and bugs and things like that. You want to be extra cautious and do the part you can to control that by watching your immunity, keeping up with your immunity, taking supplements that can help you, vitamin D, lemon oil, eucalyptus, peppermint, things like that. Research it on your own time, but there are things that you could be doing to boost your immunity, and that would be wise right now because, like I said, Virgo is the physical body, full moon, conjuncting Neptune, trining Jupiter, which could be really positive on the personal level, but on the health level, Jupiter expands things. Remember that. Jupiter spreads. Jupiter grows things. So on the positive side, it could grow things very well. On the negative side, it could grow something we don't want. So take extra care of the body right now. Be mindful of what you're putting into it. Be mindful of your anxiety levels. Do what you need to do and what you can do to try and manage that. It's really about the inside right now. I've been saying with the clients that I've been working with, if you do not have a strong inner foundation, a strong faith in something, a spiritual practice that you can fall back on, or anything, you need to be doing some internal work as well. That is Pisces, okay? Whether that's prayer, meditation, writing, whatever it is for you, you must, at this time, focus on the inner world. It's extremely important. Without that, you could lose your shit. Excuse my language. You could. I don't even watch the news. It's not that I don't care, because I do care, but I don't want to do that to myself because it gives me anxiety, okay? So I don't do it. I tend to focus on what I can control, which is the inner. In fact, my biggest criticism of myself, which, by the way, Virgo can be a very critical sign of the self especially, and then of others, but I myself from a young age was always super critical of my sensitivity level and my the way I could go inward so easily and feel things on a very deep level, to the point where it would disturb me, okay, and disturb my stomach, and still does in a lot of ways. However, I have grown to learn that inner world that I've cultivated since childhood, since I was a little girl, has actually become one of my greatest strengths, okay? So that is something you want to pay attention to right now with Pisces energy. Anything creative about you, anything that focuses on your strengths, your inner world, what makes you you, right? That's the stuff you want to focus on right now, because you can control that. You cannot control the outer. You can control your body, you can try to control your health, do things to ramp that up in a positive way, but don't go off into this world of fear, because that is what is happening right now for everybody. There's a lot of fear, okay? So we want to try to watch that. I know it's hard. I know there's a lot, but please be mindful. Go inward at this time. The stars are supporting that. The planets are supporting that, because all we really have is that, okay, is the heart. Now, we also have a Venus-Uranus conjunction happening right now in Taurus. Venus is all about our values and what we love, and our material things, what we own. And then Uranus is all about, Uranus, I say it different ways all the time. Uranus is all about change and shock, and shocks to the system, both physical and outer system. So at this time, what we value could be challenged. You want to pay attention to this stuff. It's a big deal. I mean, if you collectively, when you're thinking about your money or what you own, your food, things like that, what you need in your little world, in your little environment to feel safe, yes, it's important to focus on that, but it's more important to focus on the love inside, because Venus is love, okay? You need that right now. You have to try to focus on the good, or else you will spiral off into a bad place, okay? I see it happening with a lot of people. It's very easy to go there. You have to try. You have to really do the work to try. And this full moon is supporting that. And with Mercury here, stationing direct, you could be receiving information that could help you. But you have to be willing to go deep with it and figure out how things work for you. One of my favorite quotes by Carl Jung is that who goes inward, oh geez, I forgot it. It's about who goes inward. It's basically saying who goes in, it's like gold, and who goes out suffers, okay? I actually think I wrote it down. Yeah, sorry, I'm totally wrong. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. That is something I wanted to say, because Neptune rules over our dreams, our intuition, right? And right now, that's really important for us to go inward and focus on what is going on. And our literal dreams, by the way, are probably, I know mine have been very ramped up. So pay attention to that, because that makes a lot of sense and tells a story about what's going on inside, up here, in here. Very important. All in all, this feels like it's not a chill time. I'm not going to say that it is, but the biggest thing you can take away from this time is to focus on the physical body, to take care of yourself, but also focus on your inner world and your faith and what you believe in and the love you have inside and what you can do to make yourself feel better. Use your creativity wisely. be kind. You know, it sounds like I'm just saying these silly things, but it's really, at the end of the day, this is all that we have right now. There's so much going on, and this energy is supporting a lot of breakdowns in the system, in society, internally. And so all we can really do is just focus here, right? So I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just totally rambled, and not even what I'm saying has to do with the full moon, but I hope that this makes sense for you. Full moons are always a time of release and, pent up energy coming up to the surface, things that are being heightened to be illuminated, to be worked on and worked through. So it isn't ever to upset us, even though it oftentimes does. It's more just about to illuminate something or some things, areas, or an area of life for us that needs to be looked at closely so that we can heal something there and release and move forward and regenerate in a more profound manner. Now, if you wanted to go further, you can look at your own chart. You can cast your own chart, or you can have it done by me or another astrologer, and you can see exactly where this full moon will be illuminated in your chart, because there are 12 houses in a chart, and each house governs different areas of life. And so, for example, if the full moon is lighting up your 6th house, which is the Virgo house of health, okay, you may be feeling not very well right now, or you could be feeling like I have to get my fitness intact, or I have to change my eating. You could have like this fanatical energy happening where you want to change things for the better. So it could go for better or worse in any which way, the energy. If you have the full moon illuminating the 1st house of the body, of the outer layer of the ascendant, again, could be very similar to the 6th house, about taking care of yourself in a different way. The 2nd house would be your money, your values. The 3rd house is communication, your siblings, and so on and so on. So each house represents different areas of life, and whatever sign for you, whatever house for you that moon is in for the full moon, will be the area you will be feeling that, and that would be the energy that you want to work with for this full moon. I hope that makes sense. I do not, I should say, have my tarot cards with me at the moment, but what I would like to say is that in the tarot, the High Priestess rules it's Pisces. Pisces rules that card, the High Priestess, which is what the Sun is in right now in Pisces. And then Virgo rules the Hermit, which is number 9, which is about going inward, okay? The Hermit, think about it. What does a hermit do? It's a very spiritual card. It's all about like going inward, lighting up your path. It's spirituality, it's soul mission, it's finding the gold in a time of darkness. That's what, if you could see the cards, I don't have them here, but that's what the Hermit represents. And then number 2, the High Priestess, is Pisces, and that is again a card of going inward. That's the card of the unseen. It's what we don't see. It's receptivity. It's fluidity. It's like the moon, right? It's what is under there that we know. So it's deep, deep intuitive knowledge. So think about that right now. We've got these 2 signs, mutable, both Pisces and Virgo, but they're working together to illuminate for us. So we're going inward, we're trusting our intuition, we're going deep to find our calling right now, because that's really all that we can do. And take care of your physical body, right? Take care of the soul right now. Pay attention to your intuition. It's going to be ramped up right now around full moons. It always is. And I hope that made sense for you. If you would like a private consultation, all of my links are below. And I hope to be back soon with another video. Take really good care of yourselves, guys. Bye.